Hey guys, happy Friday. Kevin Cage back with another cryptocurrency update. Hope all is well, and be sure to watch until the end of this video, and let's get right into it. So without further ado, guys, this video is going to be super informal. Ripple rant number 17, I believe. We'll talk about some news and developments, but be sure to tune into tomorrow's video to go over that. I just kind of want to get a few things off my chest, talk about what we've endured the past 3 years for some people. Keep in mind, a lot of us were here in March when, and obviously we might not have been as much in XRP per se, but there were bull runs in early March 2017, guys, and that was kind of, essentially a much bigger bull run than what we saw later. And just understand, fractals, again, they do not often, they are not exact, they're not to scale, but they often do rhyme. And yes, they do occur within market cycles. So do not be surprised by any means for these fractals to start waking up and actually following suit. In my opinion, I do believe even if Bitcoin closed a massive gap and went to $9,000 rather quickly and wicked on a weekly basis and went up again, I still see higher highs coming for this market as a whole, and speculation and utility will be combined. And then eventually the idea is, because speculation is very important for markets, very important. And that, I know we kind of just talk about this being a largely spec market, but again, utility is on the way. So I kind of want to just rant about some things. I was already ranting on Twitter a bit yesterday, but figured it would just be, kind of fun to address it in a video. So again, guys, let me know your thoughts down below. Be sure to share this video around. I'm not going to be arrogant enough to pretend I know exactly what's going to happen in this market. I have my beliefs and ideas, and you guys have yours, and nobody is going to be right 100% of the time. Whether you believe XRP is meant to top out at $10 or $1,000 or even higher, that's completely fine. I'm honestly very open-minded with this, but again, I kind of want to have that attitude of I'll believe it when I see it, and try to keep my feet on the ground. But we are entering a new paradigm, so don't listen to anybody that tells you it can't happen, because anything is absolutely possible in this marketplace. So I'm not going to be upset if you guys have different beliefs than me, and hopefully that's the same way, because if everyone agreed with you in life, it'd be pretty boring. Let's be honest, guys. So again, we have different developments, of course. Right near here, I'm just on the Faster Payments Task Force page. I was going to reference Ryan Zagone of Ripple again in a minute or so. But we have all kinds of price predictions. We have all kinds of market news moving, of course, and developments and utility for the XRP ledger in particular. So we also have, again, a buddy of mine, Crypto on Twitter, another TA guy. And he basically is just showing, the Elliott wave theory and also new targets for XRP. Now, this is not overnight by any means, but kind of towards end of year, he's looking at potentially, targets of, $3, $8, $14, you name it. And again, he called the drop pretty well, and it seemed like we have finally bottomed out. And also, guys, he's one of the few to nail that gold call since gold was $1,300 per ounce. Same with silver. Now, everyone has an opinion on XRP price. You really can't win. And TA is merely just an indication. It's not a crystal ball by any means. And you guys can comment. I see it all the time. Well, TA doesn't work for cryptocurrency. That is completely false. TA works with a lot of things. Nothing is 100%, certain by any means, but they're just indicators to give you probability. All right. So whether you guys believe XRP is going to be $1, $10, $1,000, that's fine. I have huge expectations for this market. And from, at least 3 years of research, living and breathing this every single day, I don't think people comprehend. I'm talking well over 40 hours a week. I've seen some very, very interesting things that do make you wonder and kind of put a tinfoil hat on at times. So if you want to pretend to be conservative and, you own, a good amount of XRP and you only need, a $5, $10 XRP to be good and, you're set for life, that's awesome. But I'm telling you, there are some very strange connections in this world. 2020 has been crazy, so we cannot put anything off the table by any means, period. So, if I want to be conservative and, act really intelligent, my personal solution for me, my solution, it's not going to be yours, is just owning enough XRP or so much XRP that if we even capture the illiquid corridors with high friction, Mexican peso, Philippine peso, you name it, I'm going to have generational wealth or, a huge amount that I would be happy with. Now, and then if we also do moon like others hope, and we do get into the derivatives market, which we're building products on for quite some time, guys, think Logos Network, think Vega Protocol. It is rather odd that we already have, hundreds of millions of dollars in the spring investments to build on the XRP ledger, and we're working on the derivatives market, which is, an average of $700 trillion valuation. That makes the cross-border market look like a baby. If that conspiracy is right and the XRP ledger somehow worked in the derivatives market, which I do believe it will, I would have 1,000 times that generational wealth, and that is still being conservative. And you guys can dislike this video, call me a moon boy, and you know what? Time proves all, and the last laugh is all that matters. Okay? Because even the worst case scenario in my mind, I think that XRP will still have a place in the future financial system. And hopefully, as you guys have been seeing this market waking up, maybe some of you have been paying attention 6 months ago when Digibyte started moving and other assets. That is awesome. Hopefully it taught you the importance of diversification. If you are traders, if you are holders, you are probably just better off holding, taking advantage of, the capital gains cut as well. So to each their own, guys. Remember, my solution is not going to be for you. It's not for everyone. That's why I called it my solution right now. It's up to you to find yours. Everybody lives in a different country, has different goals, has different baseline needs and necessities. Some are in different places financially. Some have children. Some have several cars. Some want to keep working. Some want to, prioritize travel. Some want to retire tomorrow. To each their own, guys. Again, my solution is not going to be the, one size fits all by any means. It's just going to be the right option for me at this time. It keeps changing, as well as this market, as well as the world, geopolitical tension, policies, everything. And I'm sure yours is going to change as well. So again, my personal solution for me, whatever you believe, because I wholeheartedly do not believe XRP is going to be going to zero. Obviously, I have well over 400 videos in this channel discussing all of this. The data is out there. I don't need to persuade you. I don't need to convince you of everything or anything. I'm just simply putting a video. I'm trying to do a video a day if I have time. And again, this is going to be like, a book, just looking back and going, wow, like a type of scrapbook, but in video form. And just going, wow, these lunatics saw this. And again, this isn't just me. This is tons of researchers in the community. I appreciate everybody. We're all just kind of working together. Is this, mastermind per se. So there are big things ahead, guys, period. Just like a lot of people in the industry have been saying, there's not going to be, one blockchain, one ledger, one network to rule it all. They're going to be having interoperability across the board. Some will overlay, some will have different use cases. Some will even develop their own niche type of, solutions as well. Now, I understand, and I said this on Twitter yesterday, I understand, believe me, I do. I understand this market is designed to, mentally, psychologically exhaust you to chase gains and disregard fundamentals for instant profits. It's frustrating, specifically for those of you that may just have, XRP, you've been here for 2 years, and you're seeing other projects going up 500% or 2,000%, and you're sitting here, still around all-time lows. It works on my psychology daily. And I'm aware that XRP price action is extremely, extremely boring. Guys, I'm the one doing videos every single day. Even during the bear market, I stuck with you, and I'm the one taking flack more than anybody. I read the mean comments and I keep going because I simply don't care. I'm a man on a mission just like you guys, and I see what is ahead. So the XRP-L, the XRP ledger in itself, in my opinion, because it goes far beyond just XRP's capabilities, is going to be one of the few obvious contenders here to stay in this new decade, whether it's going to be 5 blockchains or networks or, 50 to 200. XRP is here to stay, in my opinion. None of this is financial advice, guys. I just want to say that again. This is just one man's opinion. This decade, guys, is going to eventually derive price more so from actual utility and 1,000 other factors that will increase demand that we cannot predict. That's why I always enjoy Galgatron, no price predictions. It's silly. The longer you're in this market, the better you understand all the factors and variables. That is just ridiculous. And I know you guys go, but how much is enough? Or, is this? I have no clue. Your guess is as good as mine. And that's just the truth. I wish I had some, secret knowledge with price, exactly how it moves. My knowledge is acquired from research, period, and talking to people in the industry. I've talked to some really, really cool people. I've gotten some really cool emails and been able to talk to people, privately, on the phone from some of these huge companies, like SBI. Again, guys, some people are in the know, some might not know, but I do believe there are huge things on the precipice or just really, coming up next. So, we haven't seen anything yet, period, guys. That's just what I want to get across from XRP and all of your other favorite assets. I wish you guys well, provided they have sound tokenomics, token distribution, appreciate and value correctly and are actually needed. They have a good team. They have a strong use case. They have necessary funding. There's so many factors. And again, that is why I believe Ripple, the company, years and years ahead. Some of these guys have just appeared the last 2 years. And there's also going to be some players that might take over people that have been here for 5 years. So that does not necessarily mean that they're going to win. Just wanted to share that, guys. XRP, to me, it might not solve everything, but for me, it is one of the obvious use cases for liquidity for this entire system. Again, they call it, the oil for this old legacy infrastructure. I hold, and you guys hold on for dear life, the financial lubricant in a global economy that is run dry. Again, the gears are stuck in motion. We've gone through documents, CBDCs, obviously cross-border issues with payments. I think you understand it's been 40 years, 40 years ago, they built all of this infrastructure. Just think of the DTCC, the Fed before they were the Fed. 40 years ago, pre-internet, pre-digital era, they have not updated a single thing. We already have the Internet of Information. We arguably have, information at our fingertips. Yet we cannot do that with the value. That is why I'm concerned. So again, guys, just think of all of these initiatives. Think of, Marjan Delantine. Think of Kahina Van Dyke. Think of Jess Chang. I got to name some guys too, but those ladies are superstars. Look at the connections. All right. It just goes incredibly deep. So right here, fasterpaymentstaskforce.org. Again, guys, you can look and just kind of read through this. I recommend listening to Ryan Zagone on YouTube if you can find him. You can literally just type in Ripple here. We see Mr. Ryan Zagone, the steering committee, editorial board. The Global Payment Steering Group, guys, RippleNet, there's just too many coincidences, okay? So let me see where I want to take this video a little bit, and I'll keep ranting, I'm sure. So again, maybe just to be funny, so Mbiagi tag a bunch of us on Twitter, and Martin Volk goes, "What's up?" And he's like, "What's up?" Forgot to attach the article. Always got a laugh out of that this morning. And then right here, so Martin Volk was asking this, and this is what I was thinking of. So by failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. So he says, Moon Lambo is going to outhold anyone. Blockchain Backer will Fibonacci his way out at the top. Says, I will never sell all of it. And absolutely, and teach their own, guys. If you guys want to just get out and not have the stress, and you don't want to, you don't need to be greedy. I completely respect that, completely. But again, and his plan as well is, not to touch the principle and live off its interest. And I think that's very, very smart as well. And everybody has to live within their own means and find what they want. Again, I said, what's an exit plan? Because we are entering the internet of value. This is not to persuade you to follow me by any means. You guys do what you want. Obviously, take profits, get it all out if you want to live stress-free. If this is too taxing for you, crypto market is the most fun, but the most dangerous and volatile nascent market there is. I completely get it. But again, if we're in the internet of value, US dollar is, kind of dying and undergoing a type of switch. We'll see if we get some type of new backing with, energy and metals and, fractional, baskets. We'll absolutely see. I can't take anything off the table. But we are entering the internet of value, and we own a piece of protocol, XRP, on the XRP ledger, just like you're owning IP packets. And the more the internet is used, your stock, your protocol, your share, your token appreciates in value. To me, that is something I would absolutely want to hold as a hedge to maybe the US dollar, maybe as a hedge to my real estate portfolio, maybe as a hedge to, other metals, my equities, you name it. So for me, I think that, holding a portion is very, very important, but I also think it's incredibly important to get your initial investment back. So you're just, playing with, free money, and you don't, mentally, you guys are sharper. You're not as emotionally invested. I think that's also critical, being debt free. There's a lot of factors, and you guys are going to have to discover, what's most important to you, to your family, your goals. I just kind of wanted to rant about that. Again, exactly. My solution for me, not you guys, because some people would be like, well, I can't own that much. I don't have the money. I completely get it. But again, that's just for me. Let me know your guys' actual solution, your expectations down below. Maybe some of you want to blanket a few of the top assets with, a little money in each one. And again, one would pop off. Hypothetically, that could potentially work. I'm not going to say it won't. I'm not going to say it will. Remember in the .com bubble, if you guys pay attention to a lot of the documentaries, these literally, like, companies, these hedge funds, they blanketed, millions of dollars across, they probably, say put 50K in, 20 different companies. And they just said, okay, well, statistically, and it was any company that had a .com attached to their name, if one company succeeded and the others went to zero, it would literally pay off tenfold. So they're in profit every single time. And yeah, I know that's a silly investment, investing strategy, but that is exactly what happens during these great wealth transfers. All right. .com bubble. Again, guys, we call it bubbles, but look what the internet became today. And look what some of these surviving behemoths became. Amazon, Apple, Google, massive. Keep in mind, Ripple, guys, we all know the narrative. We know the stories. We know, everything that they talk about, and obviously their plans to go public. Just like Amazon focused only on books and doing that really well, then expanded into other verticals. This is the same thing for XRP. Ripple's focused on remittance. Again, super conservative. Yes, it's solving a real problem for real customers. I think there are much bigger goals at hand. They're working on lending. You guys know all of the things with standard custody, poly sign. I just think there's a lot of bigger things at play that us little guys have no clue about. All right. So again, I'm going to continue to speculate on a speculative asset. People hate that. But again, guys, you're going to have to do what is best for you. All right, was teasing with this on Twitter, but again, hope everyone enjoyed that 2-week candle that pushed 70%, a few weeks back. See you all next year for the next one. Thanks for coming out. Again, guys, just overlaying. This is the sloppiest fractal ever. I literally did this in 2 minutes, so don't judge. But again, just on Bitstamp on a weekly, I have high hopes for XRP. I do think that we will in the coming weeks, and it's not going to be a straight line up, but I think that we will follow some type of rhyme of this type of fractal. I really do believe so. I don't think this is going to be another fake out. I think we've had plenty, based off of not only TA, not based off of these market cycles, but based off of every other piece of news that we know. We see Goldman Sachs, we see connections with MoneyGram, we see everybody exiting the market. We see these acquisitions. We see Warren Buffett and Berkshire Hathaway investing heavily into Bank of America. We know Bank of America is a proven RippleNet customer. We know that them and some other groups are actually vamping up their banking services. Now, again, RippleNet, guys, is not going to solve everything, but the whole plan and purpose of RippleNet is to utilize XRP is on-demand liquidity, all right? So stay with me. Remember, on this channel, we've talked about the connections of the people. I know this video is just kind of a super sloppy, rant. But again, I kind of want to put this out there because I feel like I've been covering the news and people are forgetting the big picture. You're looking when XRP is 20 cents or 30 cents, and you're losing faith. Now, don't come to these videos for reassurance to feel better about your investment because I just said good things. Honestly, do your own research. You can watch, a variety of people making videos, but at the end of the day, you are going to have to decide for yourselves what this opportunity means to you. It is 2020. You guys can think we're going to go up slow and steady, and that's exactly what people do. Always believe after a 2 to 3 year bear market. This crypto market has been doing that like clockwork. I know there's some people, I have not been here since 2013, but there's some people that watch this video that have been, and they know the deal. And they are financially mature. They're mentally mature. They're ready for what's coming. And there's other people that I really respect. They don't even keep up with the news. They've seen all they need to see. They invest, they hold, they set it and forget it, and they're happy. And they'll come back and check it when the time comes. So I just think there's huge, huge things coming, guys. And I think we can all agree on that. It's not just going to be XRP, but for me, I'm going to say this, I'd rather hold XRP than fiat right now, period. That's just my personal choice. All right. So again, guys, additional news, the Fed payments improvement, just talking about participating with, again, the Committee on Payments and Market Infrastructure. We've seen the CPMI mention XRP directly as, Ripple's virtual currency for cross-border payments in the past. We can see Cross-Border Payments Task Force on ways to promote cross-border payments. They're faster, less expensive, transparent, sounds like, DLT, and inclusive. All right. So just on the Fed link, and we can kind of go through it briefly. Again, guys, same vernacular, just talking about making it all transparent. Literally what DLT solves today, what, Ripple has been years ahead with everybody. Keep in mind, thanks to the Global Payment Steering Group, aka RippleNet, we finally had the groups like the DTCC, developing and testing DLT. And then in, 2018, or maybe even now they're acting like they've been working on it, but they were quiet and they never admitted it years ago. To me, Bitcoin is just really a beta test for what's to come, for true utility. Will it be a store of value in the future? Perhaps, but by the time Bitcoin goes to 20 grand, XRP is not going to be sitting at a low value. And if it is, it's just going to be more explosive when it is. I'm here for an ROI, a return on my investment, period. And I think you guys understand basic math. You understand, coupling, and when it is decoupled, utility is going to drive this market eventually. All right. It's just like a slingshot. What is it? What do they say? The longer the base, the higher in space. So again, guys, CPMI, just talking about this. It's a committee within the Bank of International Settlements, the central bank of the central banks. Think of our buddy, Mr. Benoit, talking about safety, efficiency, clearing, and settlement systems. High value payment systems, guys, whether they're, local, domestic, or for actual international clearing. All right, talking about G20, the Financial Stability Board. We've gone through this extensively many, many times. You guys get the gist. Across the board, they're focusing on solving cross-border payments, specifically XRP's use case. Mitigating risk No more 6% error rate, no more 2 to 6 days. And yes, Swift GPI, Xcurrent, they can help expedite some of that. But I think that they need a solution now for settlement with finality. Everyone needs trust. There's been issues. I know people have been talking about this extensively, even with the derivatives market. That was huge during the financial crisis, guys. There was no visibility. There was no accountability. With DLT, I don't think people comprehend everyone having a shared copy of a ledger that is always updating, how, game changing that is. I know some guy talking on this, like saying this online, isn't that convincing, and that's fine. But time's going to tell, and I just encourage you guys to do your own research. I don't care if you're, 18 or 70 watching this video. All right. I'm sure a lot of you guys are smarter than me as well, but I think you can, recognize an opportunity when you see one. So again, I don't really need to go through this per se, but just talking about, the Federal Reserve. Again, Ripple is meeting with them within, 1 or 3 months of its inception, guys. Greg Kidd, all kinds of connections. Jess Chang, at the Federal Reserve Board and the IMF. It's not for fun. This is truly global domination, whether you believe it's only going to be for the low value payment systems or the high value payment systems. Ripple, whether it's as a treasury function, a company, or whatever, I believe that XRP will play a role in cross-border payments in the future, in this future global financial system. All right, just pay attention to what Christina Georgieva is saying currently. I saw Crypto Eddie showing clips of her recently as well. There are huge things coming. I don't know if it's tomorrow or, another 6 months, but it is, absolutely on the way. Okay, so keep an eye on this, guys. Again, International Monetary Fund, World Bank has actually praised XRapid, which uses XRP in 2017, about innovation. Think of the innovation hub, Benoit, all these people, guys. It's just absolutely, insane. Maybe I'll try to put together a better comprehensive video in the future. But again, we know Ripple working with the top 40, 50 central banks. We know they already are well into the pipeline of many of the BRICS nations as well. We understand that the dollar has a very sensitive status currently. We hear conspiracies of, gold backed and in all of this. And literally, whatever you believe, guys, it doesn't matter. Worst case, I'm excited. And best case, I'm beyond excited. All right? That's just my thought. So right here, guys, Matthew LINY just sharing this, and we'll finish up with these two tabs right here. So Moroccan CIH Bank, this is a commercial bank. They select Ripple's partner, Finastra, to digitize its end-to-end corporate banking services. And again, just kind of speculating, would, on-demand liquidity be available in Morocco as well? Potentially. And again, Adam with a good question. So do you think Finastra, keep in mind, guys, they're a technology provider for the clearinghouse. They're absolutely massive, top 48 of top 50 banks in the world, 9,000 clients right there, integrated with Ripple. We know their payment platform, Global Pay Plus, is also RippleNet enabled. We know their connections with CLS, which provides over 50% of Forex, foreign exchange, volume today. I mean, this is absolutely insane, guys. Just like Swift is, $5 trillion per day. So you guys just got to connect the payment hubs, just like even low value payment systems, like, these hub and spoke models like Earthport. We are connected, and that is what's important. Now, developing these corridors, if you believe it's slow and steady, yeah, that's a whole nother challenge. But I just want to show you that the integration, the interoperability is at least there. Okay, so just asking if Finastra, will use XRP in some shape or form, and that's kind of the question, guys. Well, we know Ripple's plan. We've heard all of them say yes. Get every company, every partner to love Ripple services, and guys, they're valued at $10 billion right now, if not even more, as XRP's price appreciates in the future. I think it's safe to say that Ripple is a legitimate company. It is a unicorn out of Silicon Valley. That is not very common for these little startups to be meeting with the Federal Reserve, within months of its inception. All right. And I know that doesn't mean everything, and I'm not going to just keep referring back to that. But when you consider that with everything else we know, I don't even know what else I need to do to even, share information or encourage you to look. All right. So CLS, DTCC, you name it, guys. Whether these groups use XRP or not, I'm showing you that interoperability is across the board, and there are going to be silos that are connected to RippleNet. All right, period. That is what's important. So again, even Matthew going in, why would they partner with Ripple? Finastra could have created their own blockchain, their own type of network for settlements, their own settlement platform with their own tech. XRP in the future will be involved because we already know the argument with stablecoins. Obviously, I favor algorithmic stablecoins rather than, vouched or any other type. It's an issue of trust. If every country created their own stablecoin, it's still an issue. Again, you need an agnostic protocol, an agnostic ledger, an agnostic token of value of exchange. All right. So again, just repeating that for any newcomers. Hopefully that clarified it, and you can be sure I'll repeat it in the future videos too. All right, and to finish things off, guys, again, I know you've already heard many talks of Trump talking about potentially proposing capital gains tax cuts, which could boost crypto profits for you and I. I don't really know the implications of this and the long-term effects, in the entire system, on the entire economy. So let me know your thoughts down below. Keep in mind, for those of you that are simply buying and holding, you can send crypto to other crypto wallets like XRP from Coinbase to Binance, and you're fine. But if you trade it to the US dollar or even another cryptocurrency, that is a taxable event. For those of you that simply buy and hold over a year, you could be potentially saving a lot more money than those that are day trading and trading. Again, it really is kind of a case-by-case basis, but just keep that in mind, okay? So be smart, work the system, and always, always, always talk to an actual tax professional. And I just realized that I've been ranting for over 25 minutes. My apologies, guys. This is what happens when you give me a microphone and talk about crypto. So again, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Be sure to like and share, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend. Thanks.